Hello. Today we start with enclosure composting. So as I mentioned yesterday, many people prefer enclosure because it looks neat and tidy. And many feel that hip and pit looks quite shabby. So as we discussed, we are not going to let that affect our result. So just go ahead with enclosure composting. Now for enclosure, there are a few things you need to remember. So do you remember the ATM of composting? So aeration, temperature, and moisture. So in that, aeration is as I said, temperature is already taken care of. Moisture is something will be providing, so it is under our control. Aeration is something, it is a bit tricky. What happens when people start composting in a drum or something which does not have proper drainage? Then if water is excess, then the water logging happens. The water gets accumulated at the bottom of the drum, and because of that, we have as I mentioned, the process turns anaerobic and it generates foul smell. And that is the point where many of these projects fail, because as I told you, in society not everybody is involved from the day one. So majority of people are indifferent. There are some people who are skeptical about it, or they are sure that this is going to fail, this is going to cause some problem. And so for the person who initiates this project, then he or she gets really scared when something like this happens, when foul smell starts getting emanated from that drum. And then they also give up because there is already a lot of skepticism is there from all sides. So that's why I'm going to provide you a few pointers to avoid that. So we'll take care that by design itself we avoid waterlogging, so that sometimes you might need to outsource this management to somebody else. If you're not available in the city or something, then you might need somebody else to take care of that. So we would be doing such that it should not be person dependent. So by design itself we will see how we can avoid waterlogging. And so best method for that is use some porous container, so that there is no possibility of water getting accumulated at the bottom. So the porous container, it can be gunny bags, the nylon sacks, or any basket you have. Maybe you have basket where you used to store kids toys, and now that basket is just lying idle. So I won't advise you investing any money in this. I would say use as much material as you already have with you. And usually we have many surplus things with us, so just make use of that. It can be bucket also, it can be drum also. If you don't have porous container, just you have to make sure that there are enough holes you create at the bottom, so that water gets drained. Or if you have bamboo baskets, those can be used. So just start preferably with any porous container. And also we will be I will tell you how we can build some enclosures. Enclosures will also be porous, so the enclosures will be created using pigeon mesh. So again, as you say, so it's porous material, so there is no possibility of water logging. Because I observe water logging is the only problem in when you do only dry leaf composting. Otherwise it's quite simple actually. And in case of if you are using kitchen waste, then also kitchen waste is almost 80% water. So even then water logging can happen, and that's why will be using. So I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but again I stress it again and again. Take care that by design itself you avoid water logging, so that is something, that factor or that headache is taken off your mind, so that you don't need to remember every time you water that because organic content, that you have to take care that no waterlogging happens. So and that's why even for uh, pit composting I had suggested not to use any concrete or tiles in that. So let it be plain soil, so that any excess water is there, it will be absorbed by the soil. So that's all. So today we discuss about what containers you can use for enclosure composting, and now tomorrow I will go in depth about how you can construct the enclosure for that, and with that porous enclosure that we will be doing. So it can be bottomless enclosure with soil as the base, or if it is on terrace or something, then you cannot have a bottomless and it will be movable container. So we'll actually discuss both the methods. So tomorrow we deal with that in depth. Thank you.